Our Kinky Boots 2, Warp Sense of Humour 3, Rockin' Heaven and Mr. Mastodon, the outside runner. They start to come up. This is trial number 3 on the card, over the 2,240 metres. Stand by for a start. Racing. Out wide, Mr. Mastodon began fast and he's looking to get across to the lead. Driving forward was Warp Sense of Humour, but Mr. Mastodon's got too much early speed and Mr. Mastodon takes up the running. From in second spot, Eye on the Bullion, who would rally through along the inside to be behind the leader. And out wide and being grabbed hold of was Rockin' Heaven as Warp Sense of Humour kicked up in the middle, and back along the pegs was Our Kinky Boots. Heading to the back straight, leader is Mr. Mastodon. Warp Sense of Humour is keen to take it on though, and Mr. Mastodon and Warp Sense of Humour, they're going pretty hard in that, looking for the lead. Is Warp Sense of Humour draws a metre clear in front of Mr. Mastodon, and Craig Hoban about to grab hold to allow Warp Sense of Humour to go to the lead, but it doesn't really want to get there. It's taking a lot of driving, and despite every effort from Craig Hoban to allow Mr. Mastodon to get across to the pegs, he gave up at the end when the Warp Sense of Humour just didn't want to go past it. In third spot behind the leader, enjoying a good run, was Eye on the Bullion from Our Kinky Boots, and back last of all, Rockin' Heaven. Heading into the home straight, 47 the lead time, first quarter in 32.6. Front runner is Mr. Mastodon by about 3 metres to Warp Sense of Humour, and in third spot was Eye on the Bullion. Our Kinky Boots in fourth placing, and then Rockin' Heaven last. Heading out of the straight with 1,000 metres to go, and the pilot is Mr. Mastodon, leads the way from Eye on the Bullion, who's had a pretty comfortable run behind the leader, travels strongly, as does Our Kinky Boots, who now comes off the pegs. In fourth spot, Rockin' Heaven, and Warp Sense of Humour, despite its great endeavours to wanting to find the lead, it's been gone 1,000 metres from home, and it's the one dropping right out. 32.6 first quarter, second quarter 31.5, and 64.1.5. And the leader is Mr. Mastodon by a head, sitting up outside it now to go up and join it, and moves into it strongly was Our Kinky Boots. 12 metres away to Eye on the Bullion, and about 25 metres away then to Rockin' Heaven and Warp Sense of Humour. 28.8 that third quarter. And on the outside is Our Kinky Boots, but Mr. Mastodon's still got a kick left, about 15 metres away to Eye on the Bullion. As they come into the straight, it's Mr. Mastodon and Our Kinky Boots. They're going to have a nice little duel going to the line, with Mr. Mastodon responding. Our Kinky Boots can do no better, and Mr. Mastodon scores by 2 metres to Our Kinky Boots. About 20 metres away, third Eye on the Bullion, and a long gap to Rockin' Heaven, and a long gap away further was Warp Sense of Humour, 28.8 and 28.9, and a mile rate of 21.4. Race time was 2:49, 2:49 the race time. Mile rate of 2:14, 2:14 the mile rate. Last mile in 2:2, last half in 57.8. Numbers are 5, 2, 1, 4 and 3. 5, 2, 1, 4 and 3. Mr. Mastodon first. Our Kinky Boots second, Eye on the Bullion third. Fourth was Rockin' Heaven, and fifth was 3, Warp Sense of Humour. Race time was 2:49, a mile rate of 2:14. Last mile 2:2, last half 57.8. Margins 2 metres by 25. 2 by 25 the margins. 5, 2, 1, 4, 3 the numbers. Race time 2:49, mile rate 2:14. Last mile in 2:2, last half 57.8. 2 metres by 25. The winner 5, Mr. Mastodon. From 2, Our Kinky Boots. 1, Eye on the Bullion. 4, Rockin' Heaven, and 5th, 3, Warp Sense of Humour. Takes us to trial 4. It will be coming up shortly, field of 3.